All right, Dante is taking a break from the Weather Center right now, and he came over to talk about the latest storms that you're tracking right now. Dante, a very busy pattern today. You've been busy since, I don't know, 3 or 4 this morning.
Yes, heavy rain, flash flooding in some cases, and rises of creeks and streams, especially near the tri-state in those western counties. Here in Charleston, Jennifer, we're going to be seeing another round of showers and storms within the next half hour to an hour, and they could pack a punch. We're talking about gusty winds, even the chance for a spin-up tornado. The environment has a lot of low-level wind shear. That's when the winds change directions close to the ground, and even with the line of storms, that could be an issue. While the strongest dynamics are in our southern zones, we still have the opportunity for a couple of cells to turn severe. So now is the time to download that Storm Team Weather app. That way you can receive weather alerts right on your fingertip. And we do have a tornado warning that is issued now in portions of southern Virginia. I'm going to check on this to see exactly where this is and what the latest information is from the National Weather Service. At this point in time, it does include portions of Mingo County. So we're going to zoom in and stay on this for a little bit longer. Here's a statement from the National Weather Service. A tornado warning in effect, southeastern Mingo County through 1:15. At 12:42, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Gilbert Creek, or 18 miles northeast of Grundy, Virginia, moving east at 35 miles an hour. So there is a tornado warning polygon. It does include a portion of southern Mingo County. So some of the zones that are within this warning area include Warncliffe, War Eagle, Isabon, Gilbert Creek, and eastern Mingo County, way down there closer to the Virginia border. So this is south of Gilbert. It does not include the Gilbert area at this point in time. So if our producer is listening, if somebody can go ahead and get the simulcast started so we can stay on tornado coverage, that would be a good idea. Let's take a look at the radar here. It's with this cell, which is right along the border of Pike and Mingo counties near War Eagle. Taking a look at the velocities here, and the brightest color change appears to be outside of the viewing area, but there is some rotation between War Eagle and Wyoming City, literally right around the Mingo County line there, down as you head towards the far southern portion of the viewing area. So we're going to keep an eye on this particular storm. This next scan now pushes it closer to the border, but this is a radar indicated tornado threat, so we don't have a confirmation of a tornado on the ground. But if there was one, it would be right in the vicinity of War Eagle, Isabon, and Wyoming City, right on this area that you see on screen at this point in time. So this is a radar indicated threat. There's a lot of rotation, changes of wind direction with this particular storm, and that's why the National Weather Service has indeed played it safe and issued a tornado warning for southern Mingo County right now this afternoon. This storm all by itself, as I take a look at the radar here, just to kind of zoom in, it's a cell. It's an individual cell. It doesn't have to compete with other storms like the line of storms we're dealing with here in our region, closing in on the Kanawha Valley right now. So this particular storm, it'll probably be east of Mingo County within the next 5 minutes. But I just want to sit on this to make sure that we can confirm indeed the location of the storm and that there is no major impact. But a tornado warning is in effect for southern Mingo County here through 1:15. And that includes this red polygon here. So areas within that warning include Warncliffe, War Eagle, Isabon, Gilbert Creek, and just to the west of North Spring. Very rural down in here. Includes portions of some of the roads, Baysden Fork, Pickering Fork, Cordella Drive, Big Lick Fork, that general vicinity all the way down Gilbert Creek Road. And this is a radar indicated tornado threat. So there is the potential here for something to spin up as the storm is within the vicinity. Looking at radar, that's the storm right there. That brighter red color indicates some pretty heavy rain, but also looking at velocity, there is indeed some change of wind direction right around the Isabon area and Four Pole Creek. So tornado warning, southern Mingo County. If you live within this area, you want to seek shelter. Lowest floor of your home. Basement is the best. That's the safest spot to go within a tornado warning. And if you don't have a basement, you want to get into an interior room like a closet or a bathroom, windows away. Stay away from those windows and try to put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. no matter what's going on here, there is the chance for some 60-mile-an-hour gusts as this storm starts to push its way into southern Virginia as well.
Yeah, and I looking at also the Roanoke radar here. We've been kind of switching back and forth because Charleston's radar is actually down right now, so we're relying on Jackson, Kentucky's radar, and then this is in a vicinity where we can also use Roanoke, Virginia's radar as well. But yeah, we are seeing some very strong velocity signatures on this particular cell. I was seeing earlier some 60, 70 mile an hour winds in that general vicinity. So yeah, it looks like it's, this kind of rotation is primarily across that McDowell, Wyoming County kind of border here, but it's very close to the Mingo County border as well. So that's why we've got that tornado warning that's up into far southern parts of Mingo County as well. And again, that's south of Gilbert right now, but War Eagle, Isabon, Wyoming City, that zone right in there is where we're seeing that rotation. And again, this is just a radar indicated tornado, but earlier this morning, there was a confirmed tornado in Kentucky,
yes,
west of I-75, not in our viewing area, but actually caused a fatality and a number of injuries.
And a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, a lot of damage, and that was, so there's another tornado warning that's been issued down in far southern parts of McDowell County and into Virginia. That includes War. So I know some folks do get us down in this area
yes,
here. If you're in that zone there, that's another tornado warning that's in effect here. And it's because of this cell right here. That's crossing, right around the Virginia, McDowell County border. And that's got some rotation on it as well.
Yes, that's the cell that is just south of the one that we've been following here. Includes the War area in southern West Virginia. Now, the thing is, about another minute here for the Isabon area still within Mingo County, and I believe that there is some potential for a quick spin-up tornado to go through. I'm just simply waiting here for an update from the National Weather Service to see if they have any new information on this storm. As it is on the border of not only counties, but also within the viewing area. And we do have some people in Mingo County that live within this area. It's very important that they get it, even though at this point in time, it seems like that the strongest threat of a tornado is likely now in portions of southern West Virginia, closer to, is that McDowell County? Mm-hmm. McDowell County closing in on the Crawlitz area.
Yeah, and so this might cross, this strong wind signature is going to cross probably Route 52. So Johnny Cake, Yeager, Ike's Fork.
Yes.
That's kind of the zone right in there where that's going to be crossing through. And whether that's a tornado or not, that's definitely a severe storm. Has a very strong wind signature. We're seeing, some very strong wind gusts on that particular signature right there. There's
radar
68.
estimating around 68 miles an hour with this storm as it's now pushed its way into parts of McDowell County.
Not seeing much in the way of hail signatures with any of these cells.
I'm going to take the radar back up here just to show everyone what we're looking at. We've been tracking this line of storms as it's made its way through Huntington now and closing in on portions of Putnam, Lincoln, Logan counties. There are no warnings along this line at this point in time, which is good, but the potential is there for some gusty winds. I'm going to say about 40 miles an hour or greater. And looking at the wind dynamic along the line through parts of Lincoln County here, you can see that there are some gusts, and radar is estimating those gusts to be in the 55-mile-an-hour ballpark. So it's not exactly in the severe criteria yet, but the chance is there to bring down some trees, maybe even power lines here in the Kanawha Valley. So right now, though, we still have that tornado warning, which is in effect for portions of Mingo County, our far southern corner of the viewing area, if you will. It also includes parts of McDowell and Wyoming counties into southern West Virginia through 1:15 this afternoon. This was a radar indicated tornado threat. We don't have any confirmation of a tornado on the ground or anything of that sort, but we're continuing to await some information from the National Weather Service as to the location of this storm and in a warning update that should be coming down here any second. And from what I can see, it now appears to be completely within portions of McDowell County. and closing in on Ike's Fork and US 52 right now. But the National Weather Service still has that tornado warning in effect for southern parts of Mingo County. Even though the storm appears to have cleared, we are looking at a radar from Jackson, Kentucky with this storm, and we don't necessarily have the greatest look or the best view per se, and that is a concern anytime you get a situation like this with a storm that's all by itself in an environment all by itself.
Exactly, and we had some pretty strong wind shear tracks with this, really going all the way back to Pike County when this cell kind of originated east of Pikeville. Some very strong wind shear tracks,
There we go.
Yeah. So you can see this is going back in time. So it kind of leaves you can kind of see the path of the storm over time. And you can see anytime you start seeing the bright white colors or the orange colors, that's indicating, not necessarily a tornado, but it is indicating some strong wind potential, at least some downburst wind potential. So we started seeing that east of Pikeville there near Kemper and Simmers earlier in Pike County, Kentucky. And you can see how this cell has been basically tracking kind of east, maybe just north of due east. So kind of skimming across that, northern Virginia, northern western Virginia area. Right in that kind of tri-state region right there near Wyoming City is where it was earlier. And now it's making its way towards the Route 52 area near Ike's Fork. So that's where we're kind of seeing that zone here right now. Don't have any issue on any update on the tornado warning as of right now. Probably get one closer to 1 o'clock.
Still the same.
As far as Mingo County is concerned.
Yes. Still the same red box and still a radar indicated tornado potential through 1:15 for portions of Mingo, McDowell, Wyoming counties, and also far northern Buchanan County in Virginia included in that. But this is the very far southern portion of the viewing area.
Now, interestingly, they're going to expire this severe thunderstorm warning box. So there was a broader severe thunderstorm warning box that did include Gilbert, southeastern Mingo County. That's going to expire right now. And let me see, we just got something. Continues the tornado warning. So this is the one.
They've trimmed down the polygon just a little bit now, and it appears that the warning update is they will continue it for McDowell and Wyoming, but allow it to expire for portions of Mingo County.
So that's still in effect for the Ike's Fork, Hanover area?
Yes.
And Johnny Cake, Steele, Sandy Huff, all still included in that warning, and again, and that's until 1:15. And then we also have this one down here. That looks like that was trimmed up a little bit. War's I think they kind of trimmed the northern edge of that. So this goes up to about War, but is more so for far southern parts of McDowell County there.
Right.
Canebrake is just outside of that. So that's the other tornado warning right now. That's Buchanan County in Virginia and far southern parts of McDowell counties right there. So Welsh, you're not under a tornado warning as of right now, nor is Pineville, but we're going to continue to monitor this cell to see if it progresses east. It makes its way to the east here. And still seeing that strong velocity signature. Perhaps maybe a little less rotation, at least from what we're gathering from radar, than what we saw earlier. Still seeing a very strong wind signature, but maybe more in the nature of downburst winds rather than rotating winds.
That's the way I'm interpreting this as well. Right over US 52, south of Ike's Fork right now. Very rural area, but Asco and Woosley within the path of this storm. Woosley at 1:15 and Asco at 1:12. Also just north of Davie and just south of Fan Rock there. So that's the radar indicated tornado potential with this storm right here along US 52 and Ike's Fork. What you're looking at is the velocity. That's the change of wind directions within a storm. And we're looking at the radar in Jackson, Kentucky. And basically what you're seeing that bright red color. That's winds that are heading really strong away. And radar is estimating those winds to be in the ballpark of 58, maybe even 60 miles an hour. It's hard to see, but sometimes you do get a little bit of spinning motion, and the radar can't always pick it up, and that's why you get that potential tornado to form, just simply because there's so much change of wind direction at the lower levels of the atmosphere with this.
Yeah, so this would reach Clear Fork Junction a little after 1, so in about 5 minutes. Davie by about 1:10. Woosley 1:15. Welsh by 1:20. That's kind of I kind of drew a broad, just where the storm will be. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's a tornado or anything like that, but at least the storm itself is going to be in those zones at that point. So it's moving east at about 30 miles an hour. It does look, both Roanoke and Jackson look a little weaker.
Yeah, they do. They do. So at this point in time, the tornado warning no longer in effect for Mingo County, but it does include portions of McDowell and Wyoming County still. We do have this line of storms trying to push its way into Kanawha County. It'll be here by about 1:15, 1:20 in Charleston. And that is the picture right now. Get ready for some gusty winds. Might have a couple power outages or a downed tree, and still some heavy rain to come. It will be a chilly evening out there. And that's all for now. I think we'll wrap it up here and return you to our regularly scheduled programming here into the afternoon.